everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Dr. Shikha Prasad, lecturer of economics from the Arihant College of Arts, Commerce and Science. Today I would like to explain you about the ordinal utility approach in this video, as we have already completed our cardinal analysis in the previous video. So let's start. We have already start from the utility approach and the types. There are two approaches of utility analysis, that is cardinal utility approach and the ordinal utility approach. As we have already discussed that what is cardinal analysis. Cardinal utility analysis is that analysis in which the utility gained by a consumer from the consumption of a commodity can be measured in the terms of numbers. Means it is measured cardinally in the terms of numbers 1, 2, 3 and so on. But some economists criticize this view and explain that utility and any kind of satisfaction gained from the consumption of a commodity cannot be measured in the terms of numbers, because we can express our feeling but can't measure it in the terms of numbers. So other economists who doesn't believe that cardinal analysis is a correct measurement of utility, so the second analysis given by economists, that is the ordinal utility approach. So let's start the ordinal utility approach, which is also called an indifference curve approach. So because this utility analysis can be explained with the help of this indifference curve, and it is the most important tool through which we can compare the utility. Because in ordinal utility approach, utility cannot be measured, but utility can be only compared. So here this figures show you a picture of an indifference curve between the two commodities, that is on the y-axis consumer consume oranges and on the x-axis consumer consumes apples. So consumer have different choices, and according to their choices they can prefer few units of orange and few units of apple. It depends upon the choice of the consumer. So let's start about the ordinal utility approach in detail. The ordinal utility concept was first introduced by Pareto in 1906. Hicks and Allen were British economists who collaborated with each other to develop the theory of ordinal utility in 1934. The ordinal utility concept is firstly given by the Pareto in 1906, but Hicks and Allen were British economists, and the ordinal utility analysis is known by the name of Hicks because he has explained and developed the theory of ordinal utility in 1934. The theory describes that the consumer derives utility as high or low when they take rational decisions. While purchasing a commodity, What is rational consumer? I think I have explained you, but let's explain you one more time, that a consumer which wants to maximize his level of satisfaction. I think every consumer is nowadays is a rational consumer, because everybody wants to get more at less resources. It means by spending less amount of money, he gets more and more amount of goods and get maximum satisfaction. So here the theory describes that the consumer derives utility either high or low when they take rational decisions while purchasing a commodity. This approach of ordinal utility established the concept of indifference curve analysis. So, move on. Now, ordinal utility. Now, the definition of ordinal utility is the ordinal utility approach is based on the fact that the utility of a commodity cannot be measured in absolute quantity, but however it will be possible for a consumer to tell subjectively whether the commodity derives more or less or equal satisfaction when compared to another. So, ordinal utility analysis assumes that utility cannot be measured in absolute quantity, or it is not quantitative, because feeling satisfactions are cannot be measured in quantity. So it will be possible for a consumer to tell subjectively whether the commodity derives more or less or equal satisfaction. When we consume anything, we can express our feeling that this commodity satisfy me more than that commodity, or we get maximum more satisfaction after consuming this commodity than that commodity. So we can say that a consumer say that he derives more or less or equal satisfaction from that commodity or compared to any other commodity. The modern economists have discarded the concept of cardinal utility and instead applied ordinal utility approach to study the behavior of the consumers. So, those who discarded the cardinal utility analysis, they applied the ordinal utility approach to study the behavior of consumer. The modern economist Hicks have applied the ordinal utility concept to study the consumer behavior. He introduced a tool of analysis called indifference curve to analyze the consumer's behavior. An indifference curve refers to the locus of point, each showing different combination of two substitutes which yield the same level of satisfaction and utility to the consumer. Now here Hicks has explained his tool, that tool which he has called the indifference curve. An indifference curve is the locus of point each showing different combination of two substitute. Actually it is a kind of curve that is convex to the origin, and it shows different points, locus points on the curve, which shows the combination of two commodities or two substitute commodities in which the consumer have to show their satisfaction, and the point shows that consumer how much satisfied with by consuming what amount of commodities, either A or either B. Now, ordinal utility approach have some assumptions. It means this ordinal utility theory given by Higgs have based on some assumptions and limitations on which the theory is applied. Either the theory is not applicable. So we start the assumptions. First, rationality. It is assumed that the consumer is rational who aims at maximizing his level of satisfaction for given income and price of goods and services which he wishes to consume. He is expected to take decisions consistent with this objective. It means it is assumed that the consumer is rational, as we have said that consumer is rational who wants to maximize his level of satisfaction for given income. It means in the limited income he wants to get maximum satisfaction and prices of goods and services which he wish to consume. So first assumption is that consumer is assumed to be rational. Next, ordinal utility. The indifference curve assumes that the utility can only be expressed ordinally. This means that consumer can only tell his order of preference for the given goods and services. Now, in the indifference curve analysis, it is assumed that the indifference curve can only be expressed, to say that the indifference curve expressed the ordinal utility approach of the consumer, that the utility the consumer is deriving from the consumption of two goods or two substitute goods. This means that consumer can only tell his order of preference. A consumer can tell his order of preference if there are two commodities like orange and apple, as we have discussed in the first slide, that consumer show his order of preference. His order of preference means he is consuming 2 units of orange and 1 unit of apple. It means for him maximum satisfaction is derived from the orange, and by consuming 1 unit of apple he gets the same level of satisfaction. So it shows his preference to orange more than the apple. Now let's move forward. Transitivity and consistency of choice. The consumer's choice is expected to be either transitive or consistent. The transitivity of choice means if a consumer prefers commodity X to Y and Y to Z, then he must prefer commodity X to Z. Consistent means if a consumer at one time say that he likes X more than Y and he likes Y more than Z, then he likes the X commodity more than Z because he likes X more than Y and Y more than Z. So it means he wants to prefer X more than Z. Okay. Next point, non-satiety. It is assumed that consumer has not reached the saturation point of any commodity and hence he prefer larger quantities of all commodities. It means that consumer has not reached the saturation, it means the minimum point commodity, and hence he prefers larger quantities of all commodity. It means if there are two commodities like orange and apple, or x or y, then he wants to get maximum quantities of x also and y also. It's clear? Now move. Diminishing marginal rate of substitution. This is the most important feature, or assumption of the ordinal utility approach. The marginal rate of substitution refers to the rate at which the consumer is ready to substitute one commodity A for another commodity B in such a way that his total satisfaction remains unchanged. The marginal rate of substitution is denoted as dB by dA. The ordinal approach assumes that dB by dA goes on diminishing if the consumer continues to substitute A for B. Now, it means the marginal rate of substitution is the rate at which consumer is ready to give up 1 unit of commodity A for getting another unit of B. Like, assume that you have a limited income of rupees 10 and you have to buy two commodities A and B. First of all, you spend equal amount of money on both the commodities, like 5 rupees on A and 5 rupees on B. Now, if you want to get more amount of B, then you have to I think you have to leave it some few amounts of commodity A to get more amount of B, because your money income is limited. So the rate at which we substitute or we left over the first unit for getting more unit of V is called the rate of substitution. We substitute few units of A for getting few more units of B. The ordinal approach assumes that dB by dA, it means rate of substitution for commodity B and divided by rate of substitution of commodity A, goes on diminishing if the consumer continues to substitute A for B. As far as the consumer starts substituting commodity A for getting more units of B, then the rate will be diminishing. But the consumer satisfaction after substituting commodity A for getting more units of B remains the same. Satisfaction level remains the same on one indifference curve. Now, these are the assumptions on which the ordinal analysis approach is based. Now, we here summarize the ordinal utility approach as the ordinal utility approach explains that we can't we can't measure any utility in the form of numbers or in the form of quantity. We can only compare the utility derives from the two commodities with the help of indifference curve. And if a consumer have some limited income, he can purchase both the commodities within his limited income, and consumer sometimes wants, if wants more unit of other commodity, then he have to substitute some units of one commodity for getting some more units of another commodity. So these are the some assumptions on which the ordinal utility approach is based. So here we are ending this video. Thank you everyone for watching this video.